Hi guys, I'm Rochelle and I'm a Ravenclaw. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my February TBR. I kept it pretty small this month. I've only got 7 books here, so we'll just jump right in. So the first book that I read in February was Perfect Scourges by Ali Carter. This is the 3rd book in the Heist Society series. This follows a girl named Karenina who was raised in a family of master thieves, like all of her uncles and cousins and her mum and dad are all master thieves and conmen. This is Kat's 3rd heist that she's running. Kat is 15 or 16 at the time of this heist. This story is about Kat's boyfriend, who we met in a previous novel, and I'm not going to tell you about because spoilers. His grandmother dies and leaves Kat's boyfriend as the sole heir in her will. The problem is Kat's been hired because one of the people close to her boyfriend's grandmother thinks that the will is a fake. So you can bet that that means there's a lot of drama in this. I read this in one sitting. It was really easy and fluffy and light, but I'll talk more about my thoughts on it in my February wrap-up. So the next book that I want to get to in February is Prince of Dogs by Kate Elliott. This is the 2nd book in a 7-book series. So this series is called The Crown of Stars, and it's a fantasy / alternate history. So this follows the main 2 characters who have a prophecy saying that without them the realm will be lost to evil. This is book 2, so I can't tell you much about what's going on in this one. But the first is Lieth, I think her name is pronounced. Don't quote me on that. Lieth and her father are constantly traveling and moving because Lieth's father owns a magical tome that is forbidden but very highly sought after. So we follow her. The second main protagonist in this series is called Alan. And at the beginning of this series, Alan has a vision which involves one of the goddesses of this realm called the Lady of Battles. And this vision means that Alan has to go and find and serve the one true king. So this is a 600-page book, so it might take me a little bit. This is part of one of the challenges to complete series that I've started and already own all of the books of, but haven't finished yet. So working on that. The next book that I want to pick up in February is Aisling by Isabel Carmody. This is the 3rd book in a 7-book series that I've started and own most of the books for and haven't finished yet. So again, because this is the 3rd book, I can't really tell you much about what's going on in this one specifically, but this story follows Elspeth, who is a talented misfit, is the nomenclature in this particular story, which means she is a person that has paranormal mind abilities, so think telepathy, empathy, telekinesis, that kind of stuff. And Elspeth lives in a post-apocalyptic nuclear wasteland, and there is a prophecy about Elspeth and another person where Elspeth is referred to as the Seeker, and the Seeker's role is to find the leftover nuclear weapons in this world and destroy them. The other person talked about in the prophecy is called the Destroyer. And what the Destroyer does is if Elspeth doesn't find these weapons first, this person is going to set off the nuclear weapons and destroy what's left of humanity. So things are getting pretty intense in this one. So the next books that I want to get to in February are Kinsler and Ensinger by J. Kristoff. I have these 2 in audiobook, so I will be listening to them during my commute or when I'm doing like chores and stuff. Kinsler is the 2nd book, Ensinger is the 3rd book. The first book is called Storm Dancer. So this book is about A 13-year-old emperor has had a dream, and in the dream he sees himself leading his land to war on the back of a griffin, which is a mythical creature that's been extinct for 100 years or so at this point. So he believes that this dream is a vision from the gods. So this 13-year-old emperor sends Matsumo, who is his head huntsman kind of thing, to go and seek out this griffin. Matsumo has to bring his daughter Yukiko with him because his wife has left and his son has died. So he brings Yukiko with him so that she's not left by herself in the capital. Yukiko, however, has the ability to talk to animals in her mind. So when it turns out the griffin is real and Matsumo actually captures him, Yukiko ends up talking to him and forming like a bond, which means she is proclaimed the first storm dancer. These books are blurbed by one of my favourite authors, Patrick Rothfuss, and he says, a Japanese steampunk novel with mythic creatures, civil unrest and a strong female protagonist. I'm afraid I missed everything you said after Japanese steampunk. That's all I really needed to hear. Yeah, that's all I really needed to hear. The next book that I'm hoping to get to in February is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. This is completing another one of my 2016 resolutions. I'm hoping to read one of these Penguin Clothbound classics every month. And Anna Karenina is my February pick. Anna Karenina, I know, was recently turned into a movie. I know that it follows 2 plot lines. I don't know anything about one plot line, but the other plot line I know is following a woman who's in the middle of having an affair with someone in the nobility. So this is a nearly 900-page book, so this will probably take me like most of the month. So I'm hoping to start this one very soon. And the last book that I have picked out to read in February is The Art of Racing in the Rain by Gareth Stein. I have been recommended this book several times by different people because I really enjoyed the movie and the book of Marley and Me. I know that Raylene from Padfoot and Prongs 07 also really enjoyed this book. So this story follows Enzo the dog, who is proclaimed as the wisest and most loyal member of his family. And this story is Enzo on his last night before his death, reflecting on his life and how his family almost fell apart, but he managed to pull them back together. So this should be really heartwarming and tear-wrenching at the same time, so I'm looking forward to being able to have a good cry after this one. So hopefully I will get to those. So that's my February TBR. It's a big one. We'll see how it goes. If you have read and really enjoyed any of the books that I talked about, please leave a comment down below. If you've read and disliked any of the books that I'm hoping to read this month, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your take on them. If you are interested in more videos from me, please feel free to give this a like, and hopefully I will keep making more. Alright guys, I'll see you next time.